Hey everybody, it's Matty here with Altcoin Buzz. Hope you're doing very well and that your weekend is off to a great start. So we're going to do a quick roundup of the news today. There's not too much going on, but we're going to take a look at yesterday's news of Bittrex, which is offering all kinds of new and exciting USD pairings. We're going to take a look at what Dan Morehead said. He's the founder of Pantera Capital. You may recall that he said we're heading to a $40 trillion crypto market cap. So he's got some kind of bullish news and a stance at least on Bitcoin. And we're going to take a look at what's happening in the world of video games and cryptocurrency rewards to round it out. But we're starting here with an article by Chris, as always on altcoinbuzz.io. So Bittrex launches USD Pairings. We didn't have a chance to get to this yesterday, guys. There's so much happening yesterday. Wanted to save it for today and to do it proper justice. So Bittrex is launching USD Pairings for Bitcoin, Tether, and True USD, TUSD, for corporate customers across 4 states. And those are Washington, California, New York, and Montana. So Bittrex is US based, and what it's saying is that they're making banking agreements in order to allow some customers to trade their 200 plus coins directly with the US dollar. The coins chosen to start with were Bitcoin, Tether USD, and True USD. They are working with Signature Bank and other undisclosed firms to bring these USD pairings. Now, to start, only corporate customers within specific states, so Washington, California, New York, and Montana, will be able to use this feature. And the fact that US regulators would allow a fiat to crypto for the 200 plus coins and tokens on Bittrex could mean that the crypto space as a whole is becoming valid. And this is a quote here by Mr. Bill Shihara, and he is the CEO of Bittrex. So he says, quote, "They really do look and pour through the entire business. They want to make sure that we've got robust AML and know your customers, KYC processes, that we've got the right controls on our finances. They do background checks and everything. They really look at our business soup to nuts." So that's from Mr. Bill Shihara, again, the CEO of Bittrex. And again, guys, this comes in the wake of all kinds of other news. And Chris rightfully points out that you got to take this in consideration with the news about Paradex that's joining the Coinbase team, right? You got to take this with a sense of what's happening to the Gemini exchange over there. Circle Invest, right? They've added Monero and Ethereum Classic to their platform. This is in addition to some of that other institutional news as well. So if in any way that they're easing that burden to make it easier for coins to be purchased and tokens to be purchased in USD, because that's always been the case. It's you have to purchase them in Bitcoin traditionally. So this more direct channel into the crypto space, we think, is a good thing. Of course, it's pointed out that this is happening with the Department of Justice's inquiry in the background into criminal price manipulation of Bitcoin, and you have the Security and Exchange Commission. They started going after scams. So that's kind of the background, and that's fair. But the fact that they're rolling this out in those 4 states is a big move for Bittrex, and we'll see if it gets other people on board and gets them excited. You can read about that here in Bloomberg, so we're going to link to this article. Bittrex gets bank agreement to help you buy Bitcoin with dollars. And a similar article on CNBC. Bittrex Exchange will let investors swap their dollars for cryptocurrency. Pretty exciting, guys. Let us know your comments in the thoughts below. And here an article by Licia. Buy Bitcoin, you will make money, says Morehead. Pretty straightforward. So you may remember Dan Morehead, I mentioned, the founder of Pantera Capital. He says that investors should buy Bitcoin while it's cheap. Quote, "That's the essence of this trade. It rarely ever gets cheap to its long-term average," Morehead said. So today is a good day to be buying, he told CNBC Fast Money. So he began by saying that today all cryptocurrencies are relatively affordable. Of course, guys, we're at a market cap high of $850 approximately billion, and we're down now more than $500 billion off that all-time high. So indeed, the current price of Bitcoin, for example, has slumped, and now the coin trades at about $7,400. Morehead sees this as an opportunity for investors and gives his own tip. Quote, "Buy a currency once it breaks its 230-day moving average. Wait a year and sell." And he says this strategy can make you an average of 239% in terms of your return on that investment. So, okay, I mean, that's, look, nothing is guaranteed, of course, and that's not to say that it's going to happen every single time. But I think that mentality is a good one to, people always say, look, buy low, sell high. And yet you get into these situations where markets retrace and you have legitimate opportunities to buy low. And what happens? If you're inexperienced, if you're an immature investor, you have weak hands, you sell in those moments because you have to combat that psychological instinct sometimes to divest, right? And that's what it's all about, though. Buy low, sell high. So sometimes we don't follow our own advice. So Moorhead also commented on the fact that the SEC has launched an investigation against malpractices on the crypto market. However, he believes that this fact should not be the investor's top concern. Quote, many institutions are essentially buying the rumor and selling the fact, getting invested now so that in 3, 4, 5 months when the institutional quality regulated custodians that we're hearing about come online, they'll already have their positions. And of course, he's not the only one that has taken this kind of a stance. So we reported recently about Spencer Bogart, who, although he's not too keen on other altcoins, is quite adamant that you should be purchasing Bitcoin, that you should be focusing on Bitcoin and acquiring it now while you can. And then you have Mr. John McAfee, CEO of MGT Capital Investments and all-around Twitter superstar. He's also recently reaffirmed that he still believes that Bitcoin will reach 15,000 in June. So we are in June, guys, 15,000 in June. Do you think it's going to just about double within the span of this month? We'll see. He has, however, it should be noted, backed down from his prediction that Bitcoin will reach $78,000 by the end of 2018. So speaking of all this news, we're going to link to it, of course, as always. So CNBC article, buy Bitcoin now while it's still cheap, says cryptocurrency hedge fund owner. And you can take a look at what Mr. John McAfee has said recently. So he says that Bitcoin will surpass 15,000 in June. You can read about that here. In general, guys, look, he may not be your cup of tea, but I think he's a good read. He's good to stay in touch with on Twitter because he's a lot of fun. A lot of memes and stuff going around. Obviously, this one, like an homage to Back to the Future. Hey, John, we better back up. We don't have enough fiat. Fiat? Boy, where we're going, we don't need fiat. Look at that. I like it. Okay, and there's lots of other stuff like this on his Twitter feed, of course, and if you want to follow him, that wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. But that's just me. I'm getting subjective here with my opinion. So do check out those links, guys. Leave a comment one way or the other. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about Dan Moorhead, what he has to say? Look, I mean, I not financial advice, but generally speaking, that's what you want to do. You want to buy low, sell high. If the market is low right now, could be a buying opportunity, not financial advice. Last article to round out the newscast today by Licia, a dream come true. One more game pays out crypto. So just a light look here, guys, at this company, GMO Internet Incorporated, a Japanese tech giant, has developed a new feature, Crypto Chips by GMO, which will remunerate gamers who play Whimsical War. That gives you trouble when you read it sometimes, that word. So the official press release says, quote, crypto chips can be mounted on the game application and allows players to receive cryptocurrency as remuneration within the game, like a, quote, secret pocket money, depending on the player's rankings or when players have achieved missions or acquired items. So pretty innovative design here. And of course, it says that the players must have their own wallets, cryptocurrency accounts, to receive the remuneration, the cryptocurrencies. And for the time being, this particular game, Whimsical War, is only going to pay out in Bitcoin. But that's, I don't know exactly. It says that this is a Japanese tech giant, this company, GMO Internet Inc. So if they have a broad reach, Japan is a very mobile savvy society. What I mean by that is they're on a lot of devices. They're commuting a lot by trains and whatnot. So if this is the kind of game that you can pull out for 10 minutes at a time, kill some time while on the commute, this could have a pretty broad reach, and this could be something that a lot of people get into, a lot of people are exposed to. That's a good thing. And it's not the only game that's doing this, that's rewarding players with cryptocurrency, that's introducing them to blockchain. So as Licia says here, the idea of doing fun things and earning cryptocurrencies is not a new one. A number of apps, predominantly arcade games, offer Bitcoin to its players, including Tremor Games, Cash Clamor, Saru Toby, Game Faucet, and Takara. So all of those in one respect or another are exposing players to crypto or exposing players to Bitcoin. And that's pretty cool. For players who are feeling lucky, you also have other applications. MBit Casino and Free Bitcoin are available. And for those who feel fishy but maybe don't smell, a game called Fish Bank where you can, quote, grow, fight, and trade your predatory fish champion in a new blockchain game is available. Curious to know if any soldiers out there are in the game space or in the development of video games and mobile games, cell phone games, because this seems to be a growing niche market that's only going to get more popular. So if that's the case, or even if it's not, maybe you just have an opinion, we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment below, and do be sure to leave a comment for Alicia. We're going to link here to GMO Internet Group. You can read about them and what they do. And this particular headline here, this article, GMO Internet launches crypto chips by GMO that enables distribution of Bitcoin as remuneration within the game application in August 2018. And you can take a look here at what it's all about. Whimsical War. So it looks like a little fun game that you can play on your smartphone. Nice graphics. And look, if it's rewarding players in Bitcoin, then sometimes just that little incentive, and however little it is that you're earning, if you're earning a little bit of Bitcoin at a time, that can be what drives the addiction of a particular game. At least that's my opinion. It's been my experience in the past. So that's about it, guys, for today. Make sure you're following us on Altcoin Buzz News for all the latest and greatest. We alert you to what's happening in the world of crypto. And if you like this video, soldiers, leave us a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because we have new content for you every day. We'll have more content for you again tomorrow. That's likely when I'll be back with another news update. So until then, soldiers, I wish you happy investing. Have a great Saturday, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.